John Cena has announced that his final time is now, announcing that in 2025, he will retire from WWE, stating at the pay-per-view that the Royal Rumble in 2025 will be his final Royal Rumble. Elimination Chamber in 2025 will be his final Elimination Chamber. And WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas will be his final encounter in the show of shows. And when you look at John Cena and the expression on his face, you could tell that this was not just him saying this in order to rile people up. This wasn't just a part of a storyline. There were several moments where he was breaking down, where his voice cracked, where the emotion that John Cena was demonstrating was real. And if it is indeed John Cena's last run in WWE and he will retire at WrestleMania 41, then it's honestly been one of the greatest careers in the history of professional wrestling. John Cena wasn't always for everyone. In the mid to late 2000s, his run was honestly a mixed bag. For every single high point and great match you would have, an astounding promo, you would have low lows filled with John Cena essentially being Superman and unbeatable, which at certain points made the product uninteresting. But while that was a part of Cena's legacy when he was on top, one thing that became clear as time went on was that when he wasn't there and when we didn't feel the presence and the charisma that he exudes when he's in that ring, he was really missed. And it made the moments that when he would come back mean even more. And that's precisely what John Cena has become. And I think over time, a lot of fans have reveled in every single return. Fans, honestly, at this point, realize what John Cena means and how entertaining he actually is. And while some of the stuff that he may have been saying wasn't exactly entertaining during the time that he was on top, reality is what he's done since he's been a part-time wrestler has been entertaining on every level. And it's something that we are all going to miss. And we're all slowly coming to terms with the fact that John Cena, who has been a staple of WWE for years, and even though he hasn't been around full-time in a while, the idea of him retiring is still surreal. This is someone who at one point was thought to be the star for WWE for 10, 15 years. And now we are coming to a point where it's his final run. That's crazy to think about. But even though we have a few months until that final run really kicks into high gear, one thing we can all look back on fondly is the memories that John Cena has given us. When he was at his best, he was the best. And I'm talking about on that microphone, in that ring, entertaining the masses. There are very few people who could manipulate a crowd better than John Cena, who could get fans on his side even though they were booing him to begin the promo, than John Cena. And there wasn't someone who brought the energy and excitement that was infectious like John Cena. And that's why when you look at some of WWE's staple stars, and we want to talk about who the biggest star in the history of WWE is, some people would say The Rock, others will say Stone Cold, others may even say Hulk Hogan. The reality is that John Cena is irreplaceable. And while you may not agree with the take that he's the greatest of all time, the fact of the matter is that for his time, he was the best. And when he does retire at WrestleMania, one thing that we can all hope for is that they give him a story and a run that befits someone of his stature. And that even may include a potential WWE record-setting 17th reign as world champion. But as far as what he does and who he faces, we're going to see. Until then, let's just enjoy the ride.